Hey guys, this is Casual and welcome to a NerdHammer.net battle report. This is the first round of the Sylvania GT here in Pennsylvania. This is now our local GT. He had an event last year. It was Sylvania. We actually had about 34 people for a non-GT event. It was just a one-dayer. I actually won best paid in that, by the way. But this one, it's 5 games, 2 days. Really cool event. We had about 40 come out. I think there was about 50-some that signed up. But it was a great round of games. I'm going to go through my list in this first round, and that way you won't have to go through it in any of the other rounds. So let's take a look at what we have. These are spells I rolled up. I am running a Great Unclean One, level 4, and I'm taking Epidemius and the Nurgle Wall of Filth. And here's the spells I rolled up. I won't do this every game. I'm not sure why I did it in this one. I do have a level 1 of Death, that is my BSB, and he rolled up Doom and Darkness for this one. I got Curse of Leper, Miasma, Rancid Visitation, Bless the Abundance, and Gateway on my pink horror unit, which is pretty impressive because I only have one of them. On my left side, these are my pink horrors, full command. I got 1 unit of Furies, and behind them I got a big block of Plague Bearers. I tucked Epidemius in here with them with my BSB. They both have Locust. Epidemius is inherent. It's a 5-up poison. And this guy has the regen locust. The way the locust works in Daemons is whichever one is the greatest one. Maybe there's like excellent, great, and whatever. That's the one that the unit benefits from. So in the center here, I have a building in my deployment zone. Buildings are impassable for this tournament. I have my Great Unclean One tucked in behind it. My Skull Cannon here. Now, one thing I'm going to say about Sylvania is I played a really great tournament. I think, in my mind. I think I played the absolute worst game I've ever played, and I think I played the absolute best tactical game of my career, my Warhammer career, in this tournament. This one, you will quickly realize, is one of them, but maybe not the good one. So I have my Soul Grinder in the middle, and then I brought 6 Beasts of Nurgle. There is a Beast of Nurgle that in there that suspiciously looks like a Nurgling, but it isn't. And that's all it. So I'm playing Dwarfs, and here's his deployment. Sorry for the blurry picture. He has a big unit of crossbowmen flanking, and another big unit of crossbowmen flanking. In the woods here, there is a organ gun. One of them is flaming, not sure which one. Another organ gun. Grudge Thrower. This is his cannon. Grudge Thrower. He has a gyro here, and this is a block of hammerers with his BSB and Lord, I think. I think. And then he has a gyrocopter in behind this building, and then a gyrocopter over here. So why did I put my Plague Bearers where I put them? Let's go back and take a look at where those Plague Bearers are in relationship to the rest of his army. This was awful, and this is one of those things where when you're getting comfortable playing and you kind of go on autopilot. This is the first round of the tournament. You know, we said all of our hellos and talked to everybody. And you know, I'm like, oh, I'm playing Dwarfs. I know he's going to set up on this left side. I plopped these Plague Bearers down super early, and as soon as he saw it, like a good player would, he was just like, I'm staying away from them, and rightfully so. I just was like, what the hell am I doing? And I'm thinking how long it's going to take me to get over to his area of the board. And I'm like, do I just set them back here behind this building and conserve all these points? But it's Dwarfs. I mean, he's going to shoot me. It was just such a poor play. So, yeah, I was just disgusted from deployment on. I don't know. Hopefully that didn't affect. Hopefully I didn't have a piss poor attitude through this. If I did, I apologize to my opponent. I think he is a subscriber to the channel, which is awesome. So yeah, he's definitely got up on me on deployment for sure. So Demons get the first turn, and I push up like this. What can I do? I'm just going to screen the Great Unclean One and my cannon and try to start knocking off war machines. Over here, bring the pink horrors up to use my gateway, against the copter. I think I do get gateway off against it actually, and he spell eats it, which pretty much makes the pink horrors useless for the rest of the game. But I don't think anything's going to come over this side of the corner of the board. And in this tournament, you get victory points and bonus points for controlling table edges and whatnot. The Furies I bring in like this. I reformed them for some reason. I think it was just in case I needed to fit this gap. I was thinking he was going to bring his gyrocopter right here and use a flame template on the pink cars, and I think I reformed these in such a way so that I could fit in there if he did play it that way. And yeah, I tried to cast a spell with the gyrocopter. I didn't do anything. Oh, that was his movement actually. He backed up with his gyrocopter. This gyrocopter moves over here, and the other one moves back. Trying not to get charged by the Soul Grinder. And that's pretty much the rest of his movement. That's how Dwarfs work. And through shooting, he does kill. He did really good against the beast but then again, he does have an organ gun that is flaming. So what is that? 4, 8, 10 wounds against the beast. That's brutal. That's some pretty good shooting. And 2 wounds against Soul Grinder. Turn 2 demons. I decided to charge Epidemius out at the gyrocopter. I'm pretty sure Epi can handle him. And I just need to keep moving that Plague Bearer brick to where they need to be. Maybe Epi could catch up, or just keep him over here safe, tucked behind trees or a building. There was a building that was kind of blocking some of the line of sight from his one cannon, so yes. So Epi being bold and going after a gyrocopter. I didn't really know how I would end up dealing with him on this side anyway, especially with losing Gateway. Here's a non-blurry picture, thank God. My pink cars, I just turned them around. I bring my Furies up. I'm thinking Epi's going to be able to handle the gyrocopter, so I'm going to bring the Furies over to the center of the board and use them any way I might need to. There's not much I need to redirect in Dwarfs, but I'll do what we have to do. And over here, I'm just pushing up, keeping Papa Nurgle behind my Soul Grinder to make sure that I don't get shot. Now, this was actually an excellent picture of something I wanted to show, and when I took the picture, I was thinking about a battle report. My Skull Cannon has this perfect line of sight shot at his organ gun, and his grudge thrower is right behind. So I do take the shot. I rolled it up that I would hit both if I could kill one, and of course the organ gun, I roll a 1 to wound. God, so close. Good question is, do war machines stop cannonballs? And I actually thought about this, and I wanted to look it up, but I never did. If you guys know that, that could have really helped me this game. So yeah, Epi does 2 wounds to the gyro and takes none in return. And turn 2 Dwarfs. Brings the gyrocopter over here to flame down the beasts. And through shooting and possibly his flame template, I'm not sure, he does a number on the beast. So now I'm down to 2 beasts before I even get to their lines, and one has 3 wounds on it already. That's brutal. The beasts are a big chunk of what this army can do. If you notice, I don't have a lot of redirectors, I don't have a lot of stuff. This is a punch you in the face type list, and I was thinking at the time that this was going to be my last tournament with Daemons for a while. I've been playing them so much, and throughout 2013 and 2014, it was just time to put them away. And so I just really wanted to take a smash face dirty list, and that's kind of what I achieved with this one, I think. He brings the other gyrocopter over to chaff up the Soul Grinder. That's an excellent move and an excellent use of gyros. Over here, yeah, there's one thing misfired, but he didn't blow it up. Another one misfired and just did a wound to it. That's Grudge Thrower, I believe. I think he had 3 Grudge Throwers. But yeah, this is that line I was saying with my my cannon shot. I'm pretty sure I have to kill this guy before the cannonball can bounce through. But again, if anybody knows that, that'd be awesome to know. Turn 3 Daemons. Epi does his work and finally gets through with the gyro. And oh, that was after combat. So this is turn 3. I charged the beast into his organ gun. I figured it was a pretty long charge. I needed a 9, I think. But what else are they going to do besides get shot to hell? Sorry for the blurry picture. And over here, I'm just moving up. As such, the Soul Grinder, I do charge the Gyro Blaster. Gyrocopter. I move the Skull Cannon up. I want to get the Skull Cannon up close. I still want to be firing, and I want to be firing on that line, but I want to get him up to a point where if I need him as an extra charge in the late game to help break something or at least throw combat res my way, I want him around. if you see the battle reports and know the way I play, I love using the skull cannons aggressively. As soon as they take a wound and then you charge it in and then get the wound back, it's just, they're so ridiculous. That's the way it's looking there. Epi I bring over into the woods. I'm not sure why. I guess in case crossbows want to shoot at him. I don't know. As far as magic, my magic hasn't been that effective in this game so far. I'm kind of out of range. The only thing I could do is, throw Curse of the Leper on some things. But it's been pretty useless at this point. Pincaras are just chilling in the corner. And then I take a shot at the organ gun and grudge thrower again. And I roll that perfect 10 bounce to hit both of them. And I roll 1 to wound on the organ gun. Awesome. That's a trend for this game. After combat, I just reformed the Soul Grinder. Don't bother overrunning because I want to threaten the crossbows. And I only have 2 wounds on him. And now I'm just going to bring a Great Unclean One right in his face. When all else fails, bring a Great Unclean One with Eternal Blade, right? Over here, I only do 2 wounds to the organ gun, which is unfortunate. I really would have liked to get an overrun right into those crossbows to eliminate some of that shooting. I don't think the beast will be able to get through those crossbowmen in time. I think they have great weapons. Dwarfs, they all have great weapons apparently. They are -1 to hit, but even still, great weapons are gonna do some wounds, and I don't have many wounds to spare at this point. So yeah, it's pretty brutal. Turn 3. Let's see, the tally's only at 9 so far. Sorry for the blurry picture. He brings his gyrocopter up here to chaff up the Great Unclean One, and he does countercharge with his crossbowmen into the beast, which I think is a great move. He wanted to bring this unit into the beast, but when we looked at it, I said there's no way that you'd be able to get into them and close the door. You're really pinned in here, and he wasn't so sure about it, and we bring T over, and that's just the way it happened. But because I was attached, I wouldn't be able to close the door to him. It was sticky, and this is just an obnoxious piece of terrain. But we do figure it out, and after combat here, I got 1 beast left in a blurry picture, and he reforms to bring more guys into the combat. Turn 4, Demons. My Plague Bearers are just chugging along, just completely a waste. I mean, I probably should have swift reformed them at one point. I don't know. But they're just slowly working their way across the table. I take the Great Unclean One into the gyrocopter to get him out of the way, and I make a decently long charge on the... Well, actually, it wasn't too long. I make a charge on the crossbows who stand and shoot. Now the Soul Grinder has 5 wounds on them. They actually don't get to strike first, but I think I ended up having -1 to my ward save for this due to the Reign of Chaos. And yeah, they ended up killing the Soul Grinder. I even got I even got Doom and Darkness up on them, so they'd have been taking their leadership test, I think, on 6 rerollable against the Soul Grinder. So I was just hoping through the terror test and whatnot, but yeah, just didn't work out. Great Unclean One overruns, but not far enough to get into his hammer unit. And yeah, hammer is on the chart. Yeah, that's just brutal. So on his turn, he reforms a little bit, and he's just going to try to take shots at the Great Unclean One, try to get him off the table that way. Not a bad move. I mean, he's definitely up in points. Does he really want to slam his unit in and risk something crazy happening when I'm, Nurgle and my strength's up to whatever. Actually, I don't think I took the Eternal Blade this time. I think it was the Bale Sword, so I was doing D3 wounds and tally. Yeah, I think I took a greater gift on him this time. Bale Sword gives him poison wounds and D3 wounds. I think he has 6 attack space. Turn 4. This is Dwarfs. Yeah, he reform and everything. He does do 3 wounds to my cannon, but the cannon stays around through shooting and whatnot. He does get a wound on the Great Unclean One, which I'm pretty happy with that. I thought it would be worse. But then, yeah, more shooting kills the cannon. Turn 5, Demons. I took the Great Unclean One into his unit. I actually did pretty well. I killed a couple hammers, but at the end of the day, I was taking a break test on Leadership 9, and if I recall correctly, I boxcarred him off, or I at least did enough wounds to kill him. And my BSB reroll just was not in range. In fact, there he is right there on the edge of the picture. You should have been about 3 inches closer. And so that's the way it's looking after that round of combat. Turn 5, he reforms, he brings his hammers out to face the Plague Bearers, blurry picture. Turn 6, Demons. So what I was thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to charge my Plague Bearers in. Let's go back one. So they have +1 strength, +1 toughness, and killing blow. I'm thinking, let's get in there, let's killing blow the BSB with Doom and Darkness on it, pop that unit, run it down, and win the game. I need a 6 to get in. I fail. God. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it is a devastating loss. My opponent just played his Dwarfs the way he needs to play them. My deployment, I swear I lost the game. I think it was like one of the worst games I played, and I was playing pickup from the very beginning. I mean, when you shoot yourself in deployment like I did there, it's tough to get back. But yeah, so after we were actually playing on table 1 for this. Not that that has anything to do with it in round 1, but I'm like, well, I'll never be back here again the rest of the tournament. But hey, it's 5 games. A lot can happen. I'm going from the top table to the very bottom table, maybe the very bottom table, one of the bottom tables, and you never know. I have a really strong list. I know how to play it. I'm so comfortable with Lord Nurgle. I got a Death Wizard that just kind of surprises people. I feel like I have a really good list, and now that knock the cobwebs off the game, now it's time to get down and get dirty and come back and try to submarine this mofo. So thanks for watching round 1, guys, and come back for round 2.